remember like when they first sent out the first stimulus checks, right? I was listening to this black radio station, you know, in Charlotte, and you know, they were, you know, people were calling in, and people were like, yeah, you know, I got my stimulus check, and they were getting, you know, jumping up and down for joy and all the rest of that. And I'm saying to myself, like, yo, I hope that these people take that money and pay up on their rent, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's gonna happen. You have no clue or idea. And after that happened, the worst happened. We were quarantined, and then a couple months later, where we're at right now, where Congress is taking all day to pass the second stimulus check. And they have allowed landlords to start eviction process, start the process of evicting people from their homes. Some of these people, some of these same people that are being evicted, I said some, not all, are those same people or persons that took their first stimulus check and went and bought Jordans and iPhones and all of this garbage that you can't use to pay your rent. And this is the problem with specifically our community, where we don't take care of our responsibilities first. And now they're about to pass this law, the government, where starting, I think, September the 4th, which is Friday to today, you know, because it's late, it's late, so it's early Friday. Starting September the 4th, Friday, you know, landlords can't evict people until, or file eviction papers in court until next year. But if your landlord is filing papers prior to that, like September the 3rd, 2nd, 1st, or whatever, you're gonna be evicted. That plain and simple. And on September the 4th, you still have to fill out the proper paperwork in order to prove that, you know, you will be homeless if, you know, you lose your home, you know, you don't have a job, stuff like that. And it's crazy that people are literally being evicted from their homes. There are millions of people that are without a job. There are millions of people that are about to lose their homes. They don't know how they're going to pay their rent next month, or the month after that, the month after that, month after that. This is literally, COVID-19 has literally torn families apart. And it has affected everyone in somewhat of a way. Even me. I've seen a decrease in the money that I've made. I've seen where I had the budget. I can spend a certain amount of money per month, like how I used to. I've seen where, you know, I may have to break that piggy bank. The ones that, you know, the money that you have for a rainy day, I might have to break that. We're living in some serious times. People are being evicted. And those that are being evicted right now, believe it or not, some of those people will be able to bounce back from it. But most won't. It takes you 7 years to get an eviction off your credit. 7. Now just imagine if this happens again. Or something else tragic may happen. Look at the situation. We're gonna have a class of people that are gonna be permanently living in poverty. I always reference this movie called The Demolition Man. And when you seen these people that were living in poverty, they were living underground, under the city. And they would basically go around the city looking for food, eating rats and stuff. I seen this lady today, man, and it bothered me. It really bothered me. I was dropping on some food. It was off of, I I was in Dilworth off of East Boulevard. And I'm dropping off the food. It's this house in the cut. Dropping off the food. This lady comes up, right? And I don't know what she's doing. She's looking in the trash and everything. She takes some trash bags and picks them up and walks away. Now I assume those were her clothes. Like, this is where we're going. This is a reality. Demolition Man may be a movie, but this is gonna be our reality. I've never seen so many homeless people in Charlotte till it's ridiculous. We have our own area that we call Tent City. Just like in Los Angeles. You can see them. They're around the music factory. Around uptown Charlotte. There's about to be a permanent class of people that will be living in poverty, that won't be able to get out of it. Congress is sitting on their butts. By the time we all get this so-called second stimulus check, it won't be worth anything. That plain and simple. And don't expect to get much. I make under $100,000, so I'm gonna get a stimulus check, but I'm gonna get it, but I'm not expecting it. I'm not expecting it. Because they keep on saying chances are, maybe, this, that, and so forth. Let me tell you something. You better get off your butt and do something about your situation. I know I am. I know I'm going to make sure that I have 4, 5, 6, 7 hustles. Because that's the type of world we're living in right now. You can't just have one job. You can't. You got to have several different jobs. So you can have one job, but then you got to have a couple of hustles on the side. It's the type of world we're living in, man. The stuff that I read about when I was in my early 20s is manifesting as we speak right now. We are going into a cashless society. If not, we're already in it. Forget it, we're about to go into it. We're already in it. Most restaurants I go to do not accept cash. All of a sudden, mysteriously, the U.S. Treasury runs out of coins. Get out of here. This is all a plot, a scam. And we fell for it. We fell for the okie doke. Fell for it. They have totally annihilated the middle class. So now there's nothing but the low class and high class. That's it. And the low class used to be the middle class. And the low class that used to be the low class are permanently living in poverty. They are subhuman, so to speak. They are lesser than human in the eyes of the bourgeois. This is the world that we're living in. RFID chips are coming soon. Trust me, I know. Radio frequency identification chips are coming soon. I knew this day was gonna come. I knew it. I've read and studied on it for years. I just didn't know how they actually were gonna do it. I just didn't know how they actually were gonna depopulate the earth, but I see it now. A Christian would say we're living in Revelations. I'm not a religious man. I'm just saying, like, point blank, it does seem as though that we're living in our last days. Just think about it. I mean, we have shirts and, corporations saying Black Lives Matter. Just think about that. I don't think y'all really thought about that. I don't really think that y'all really thought about it. Think about that. People have to say Black Lives Matter in order for them to actually matter. In order for people to wake up and say, yeah, man, that's It's not right. Another black man killed. And this is something that they showed that happened. They just released the video footage, but this happened in the winter, because you could see it snowing outside. I think it was upstate New York, if I'm not mistaken. This is ridiculous, but this is the day and time that we're living in. Let me explain something to you. Well, let me just give you my solution to the problem. You better make sure you got your own back. That plain and simple. Survival of the fittest. Only the strong will survive. And if we do get that stimulus check, you better pay your bills. This is not the time to be going out shopping. It's not. And let me tell you another thing. I'm gonna tell you two more things. Don't think that these essential jobs, like working at grocery stores and fast food restaurants. Let me tell you something. Everything in a matter of time will be automated. So all your jobs, those essential jobs, don't even bother looking for them. You better get into tech. You better do a job that requires you to be online, because that's the only job that you're gonna have. Corporations are closing down their businesses, like buildings and stuff. Like, they don't need none of that stuff. Everything is gonna be online. So you better make sure that you have a job or a hustle that's online. Other than that, all of this, let me tell you something. This is how things happen. They have big events like 9/11. It changed everything. This big event, the pandemic, coronavirus, it is changing everything. Yo, I'm gonna end it with this. We'll never, ever see things how they were before this hit, this coronavirus. Things will never be the same. Trust me when I tell you, it will never be the same. I was there for 9/11, and I remember it like plain as day. After it happened, New York was never the same. Never. The world was never the same. So, I want y'all to take it easy. My name is Langston 2092. Share, subscribe, and like this video. Later.